Some secret societies to know. Why? You must know them, their activities. But first, where did they come from? Africa is the birthplace of almost all secret societies that we know of today. Here is a brief history of these societies and their origins. The jealous scheming of Shatter, or so-called Set, against Osiris, so-called Osiris by the Greeks, and his eventual murder in 3500 BCE. In 1650 BCE, the Hyksos invaded, and this led to Kamose driving them out. They ruled for about 150 years. But when they invaded, they did something and left some seeds. Because about 200 years later, Pharaoh Akhenaton tried to wipe out the original faith of Hamen, our ancestral faith. He was a heretic king. Although most scholars admire and praise him as a proto-monotheist and sun worshipper, there is more to the story than what meets the eye. He was actually a disciple of the dark side of the sun, a worshipper of Set, and also an admirer of the Hyksos. And some actually think that he was part of the Hyksos. He had formalized a sect, the Setian-Atonist, who today continue as the motherboard of many secret societies. After their expulsion, the ancient Atonist Sethian group went underground and linked up with the Hyksos, who had moved into Asia. As they migrated into Europe, they continued their Set worship, and today they control the world's many secret societies and are out on revenge. Their secret societies that we must know is the Freemasons, the Knights Templars, the Jesuits, the Illuminati, Rosicrucians, Knights of Malta, Gaonim, Druze, Ishmalis, Assassins, Sabbateans, Frankists and Seveners, the super secret Setian-Atonist. This goes back to ancient Hamid and the battle between the black priesthood of Ammon versus the Sethian gang. The existence of such fraternities is well documented. What is it? What they do is to clamp human consciousness as well as to control the reality of billions of people on the earth using certain principles that incorporate jealous competition, murders, bloodshed, and ignorance. This is what they do. So we have to find our own Afro and own reality to be stable and to fight against the Skull and Bones society and their hidden signs and symbols of the Illuminati secret societies and also the Freemasons. You can read more, you can study more, and we recommend the book like the Illuminati, the secret society that hijacked the world by Jimmy Mars, or his other book, Ruled by Secrets. This G is Gaonim, representing that gang that was pushed out by Amos from ancient Egypt when he destroyed the Hyksos. There is the more additional information that you can get by visiting halls like the Masonic Hall and also seeing the symbols, the signs, the checkered floors, everything. Their history is in the open. And also when you go there, they know that you cannot easily connect them to ancient Hamid, ancient Africa. So they will allow you to go there and you can go and see this is the direct source, the pyramid that they have distorted. And also many churches are Masonic churches connected with the Freemasons, like the Watchtower. Here is what their leader, Charles Tass, says. He said he was very glad and had the opportunity to have Masonic friends and also to use their building dedicated to Masonry. And he said, we are also Masons. And he said, I am a Freemason. So if he's a Freemason and he started a church, there's something not correct there, because they worship a Sethian Baphomet with anything that is correct. Utterly rules and continues to rule. This is the emblem of the Jesuits, featuring the Atonist solar rays. The Jesuits was originally the insignia of Bacchus, himself a derivation of Arian. The Pope has, from inception of the Roman Church, been referred to as Servus Servorium Dei, servant of the servants of God. And you can see which God they are referring to. Then we've got the orders of commandeers, the societies like the Order of the Red Cross, which is a Masonry and has long been seen as a prerequisite for the chivalric degrees, and is found in both York and Scottish rites, the degrees in its full form of Masonry. Order of Malta, many leaders. We shall show you one of the most popular leader who was a member of the Order of Malta, and Order of the Temple or Temple, who controls and they run the Christian religion. There it is, the Queen, and Nelson Mandela, and also many other leaders. There are more groups, secret societies: the Knights of Malta, Grand Orient Opus Dei, Knights of Columbus, Order of Christ, Order of the Holy Sepulchre, Ancient Order of Hibernians. The extent of their socio-political power, their rights, behavior, and designs for the world is for control, and also to keep a lot of people in the dark, and also to oppress and derive energy, whether emotional or purely using human beings for their purposes. That's what all they do. That's their goal. And who owns the modern money and banking system? The Knights Templar or Templars existed for nearly 2 centuries during the Middle Ages, and were among the most skilled fighting units of the Crusades. They are arguably one of the most powerful fraternities on the earth. They refused to even surrender when they were fighting. They were poor in words only, but filthy rich. They used their brains to think and never to believe. So they went to Jerusalem and they formulated the banking system. You can go to this website and see that. So when you talk about money, it's most likely the Knights Templars that gave us the money, and they are most likely the ones that are also leading in cryptocurrencies and digital currencies. By the beginning of the 13th century, the Templars had become the international bankers of Europe, and were appointed treasurers to the French royal family and the Vatican. You can read the Occult Conspiracy, Secret Societies, Their Influence and Power in World History by Michael Howard. The Rothschilds, for all their colossal power and the wealth, were and are servants of the more secretive and illustrious powers on the earth, like the Knights Templars. Many are descendants and agents of the infamous Babylonian Gaonim, the G that we have seen in the Freemason. The BBC ran a documentary in which they proved that the Knights Templars began and started the banking system. The Rothschilds began the banking enterprises in the 18th century, whereas the Templars were already involved in banking in the 11th, 12th, and 13th centuries, and they changed and metamorphosized into other groups because they changed names, they changed signs, they changed origins and history, and hide a lot of it from the public. That's what we've just said. So these are the symbols of the Setian-Atonists, who ganged up with the descendants of the Hyksos nobility, who, after their exile and expulsion from ancient Hamid, ancient Africa, moved into Parthia in eastern Iran, from where they moved into Europe as Aryans and conquered Europe and also conquered parts of northeast Africa. And this dates back to the 18th century and the reign of the heretic King Akhenaton, or Amenhotep IV, Amenophis IV, and the fight he had with our own ancestors and as well as our own priesthood. And so he calls themselves the missing cornerstone, capstone that the builders, our ancestors in Kemet, rejected. annuit coeptos, novus ordo seclorum. So you can see that they are involved in the running of this world. The missing capstone is missing because it represents the exile and the expulsion of Akhenaton and his ideology of destroying our own ancestral belief systems and replacing them with a single sun, which was part of a lot of deities that we could use as tools to do and further our good works in ancient Africa. The Sethian gang, who revere this infidel heretic king, are continuing to discredit the land of Hamit and Africa. They continue to attack us. They hate us naturally because we represent the Armenian or Ammonian belief system, ancestral belief system. So they've gone on our holy sites, they dig up our ancestors, they chop off the nose of our ancestors, they distort and revise history and they lie every time they open their mouth or write their books. Their agents have also seen to it that the ancient connections between Hamit and Africa is never fully appreciated by Africans. The true origins of most powerful secret societies and the reason for the symbolism they employ is clearly a reverse of the intended use of all that which they know or they knew. And they've created a world system that is going to be destructive to almost everyone who comes from the original tree and the original Armenian or Ammonian or Anunian ancestral reverence system. We've spoken about that many times. There is our own brother, our own king, who wanted to destroy our past, who wanted to destroy our ancestry, our connections with the Netters, our connections with the nameless creator. I say, damnatio memorial. May your memory be forgotten and be expunged out of our consciousness. Connect to us and send us an email, subscribe to our channel, send us an email on join@marifado.com. This is our website, which you can visit and study and read and contribute by way of comments. This is Kamiti Hebrew Ethics, Marifa Development Organization, whose goal and main purpose is to help people of Bantu heritage reclaim their spiritual identity. Without that spiritual identity, you are a nobody on earth, whether you are rich, you are a multi-millionaire, or you perform wonders. As long as you do not have a spiritual identity and you carry a wrong spiritual identity, you will miss it out. Till we meet, thank you. Tatenda Siabonga.